I'm a smooth operator and no need to check it. No need to, can't bet it. And no need to bet against me, nigga. You already know what time it is. As you can see, a few punches. Hey, where's the sun at, bro? Yeah, that nigga come in. You see it? You see you dead. Something seem like it's still on the floor. It didn't uprise, yeah. Let me show your son. It's something that they always try to show. Yo, my camera. This is crazy. He waited. They always wait until I pass by to do some bullshit like that. They fucking crazy. Psychotics. Feel me? Let me tell y'all niggas this, man. They trying to pass a law that'll make it harder on all of us. Feel me? People cannot stop being ignorant. They don't want to stop doing what they're doing. It's as if they're telling you that if there's a new report that came out and said, yo, eating ice cream causes diabetes. But you know it's too sweet to eat ice cream and you like, I can't give up diabetes and still it's like, you like, I can't give up ice cream. You feel me? But they say, yo, if you eat this is what it's gonna cause. You feel me? So these people try to compromise in a way where they can have a pill where it kills the diabetes so they can keep eating the ice cream. Although the ice cream will cause the diabetes, then they take the pill because they can't give up the sweets. That's the same thing with what's going on with the behavior itself. These people refuse to give up the nasty behavior. They refuse to give up these behaviors. And they always complain about people with mental illness going up on a rampage and shooting and shit. There's always the cause and effect, man. The reason why people act the way they act is the way we treat each other. Plain and simple, man. You can't be like red flags and this person. No, we have to treat people right. We have to. It's impossible for you not to have violence without, you feel me? People antagonize people and be like, look, he's crazy. Put him in the psych house. No, man, that's another form of people, haters. That's another way for a hater to say, to go against his enemies. It's always to arrest people that they're scared of. You feel me? But anyway, man, that's just my two take on certain things that's been happening. What's his name? Forgot that man's name. Dalio, it's spelled Dial. And let me see if I still got the report. Dialo. I think it's Dalio. He's a financial advisor and everything else. P. Diddy be taking advice from him and everything else. It's like an investor. People know him in the world. He said he believes that Bitcoin is going to be outlawed. Know what I mean? A lot of people take advice from him. They see him as someone that's deemed to be taking advice from. A lot of people respect his knowledge, but he believes that Bitcoin will be outlawed in the future. Although the founder of Tesla is saying that, yo, you can buy my cars with Bitcoin. So it's one person is saying this and one person is saying that. Shit crazy. I don't believe in Bitcoin just to say. I just don't believe in it. For some strange reason, I just don't believe in it. Feel me? They want to it's just not gonna work, man. I know eventually they gotta find a way they do have to find a way to basically encounter the waste that we've been accumulating. Because it costs more to make a penny than a penny is worth itself. It's made out of copper. Plus, you have a machine that designs all these, the Abraham Lincoln and all these things on it and everything else. Plus, you got to find copy and everything else and take it through manufacturing and see which one is right before you put it out. It costs way too much for us to make the money itself, the penny, let alone the new $100 bills with the prints and everything else like that. It's worth more than what it's being made for. Honestly, the penny is not worth. It's not worth a penny. It's actually worth quite more than that. So every penny that they make, they always in debt to the money that they're making. This is why the United States is always in debt. Every time they print a money and every time they write a blank check, they will always be in debt because the money that they print is costing more than what the money is worth itself. So eventually they're gonna need another formula. They're gonna need an answer to encounter the stupidity that we keep doing and keep printing money and printing money with the economy being down. Joe Biden is thinking about printing $3 trillion for infrastructure. That's going to set us back more than what we've already been set back on. Feel me? So, what do we do about a situation when we have a currency that is basically is worth more than what we print? Like it costs us more to print that. Every time we print money, it puts us in debt. Every time. Why do you think that they even entertaining the idea of a digital currency? Like, who in the right mind would throw away the national currency to talk about digital currency? You feel me? It's just, it is what it is. Like, they gotta find another solution. Cause to keep going down those paths, that means that we constantly will have to always get into competition with other countries. Cause war pays your bills, believe it or not. Because once I win a war, guess what? I take that other country natural resources. We take it away from them, and guess what? Now, in some kind of weird faction, that country will be working for us. So it pays our bills and everything else like that. After World War, every time after a war, the United States have been in a surplus. Plus. Yeah, sometimes the actions be kicking in. They be fighting for rightful spot. But every time after any kind of war, I'm talking about World War One, World War Two, even after the Civil War, I'm not sure about these mediocrity war that they be fighting lately like this. The Afghanistan war was a total loss. But every time after a war, the United States is always is at a surplus because we always take away everything from that country, and that country in turn work for us. I mean, that's how it is with war. War allows you the chance to pay back your debts to everybody else, and that country gets to take on your debt because they lost the war. So it's like, in order for us to overcome this negative balance that we have to literally start a war every other decade. How you think they always in the Middle East and everything else starting some shit, trying to take this nigga shit, trying to take that nigga shit? Because we trying to pay back something that, you feel me? Because our system is not really what it seems to be. You feel me? But all that being said, I still don't believe in digital court. By the way, let me just say this. I was wrong yesterday when I said, what did I say? I was wrong yesterday when I said that about the mass shooting. There's been 20 mass shooting over the past 5 years. There were mass shootings during the Trump administration. Yes, there was. Felt me, it's just that I didn't see. It was like those time in between, and there was one in 2018. There was a few in 2018. There was a few in 2019. You feel me? So I was wrong when I had to look at it again. I'm like, all right, cool. I was wrong. I was definitely wrong for that. You dig? I'll admit to that. Yeah, I was wrong. But back to the digitals. Back to the currency, those. Feel me? It's most countries when they print out money, it's backed by a national resource. You feel me? It's like, yo, we have the copper to create this kind of material that we're creating. But the United States don't have the natural resource. So they're using the people. We are the people. They use the people as their labor force. It's like we have these people, this is our working class, and this is what we use our dollar. The people back our money. The thing is that we are printing. I'm away. Make sure the coast is clear. The thing is that we're printing more than we have. You feel me? That boy can't wait to be a manager. He willing to sacrifice. Niggas be selling they soul. Come on, man. What's going on? We'll go around. Anyway, the thing is that we printing more than we can afford. You feel me? Look at all these cars that we got in the United States. Look at all these houses. Look at all this technology and everything else like that. China is probably the country that we owe the most. The reason why we owe these countries because we basically taking it on credit. You feel me? We have the money and everything else like that, but what is the money worth if we are a surplus and the currency is not worth what it's worth anymore? You feel me? Right at the beginning, if you start with the penny, like I said, it's like, you know, it's like you can't print money out like that. You just can't. Like it's just you have to do something else to outbalance it. You have to like you have to you feel me? Like it's crazy. Think about it. Like you losing just printing the money. That's one. There has to be something else that balance out the difference, so you can have a good balance sheet. You feel me? I don't know the ins and outs about everything else because I was wrong yesterday, so I'm gonna be very cautious about what I said today. I hate being wrong, but I was wrong. I was definitely wrong. I was a mass shooting. Yeah, there was a few mass shooting. They defined mass shooting by 4 or more. So I was thinking mass shooting as in like, you know, probably like 10 or 8 or more. But mass shooting is defined by if 4 or more people died at one time. That's the considered mass shooting by the person. So I'm like, all right, cool. You gotta look at the definition too. So by that definition, yes, I'm wrong. You dig? I was thinking mass shooting, like nigga walking, you know, like roof situation, he walking and kill that many people. I'm like, you know, that's mass shooting, you know what I mean? But 4 or more is considered, or 4, yeah, 4 or 5 or more, or 3, I think, 3 to 4. I don't know, the number is pretty low to me. But it is still a mass shooting. I know these niggas is looking for a reason to hate me today. But I just decided to talk about currency today. I mean, they really ain't really give me anything tangible. There's been too many tragedy going on lately. The atmosphere, that's what I was talking about yesterday too. The atmosphere is just ridiculous, you dig? Like, a lot of people there's a lot of evil spirits out there, a lot of unhappy people out there, you feel me? And sometimes I just like to, you know, bring in the good news at times, and sometimes it gotta be the truth, though. It can't just be me trying to tickle you or, you know, comfort you to sleep so you can feel better about your situation. You gotta want to change. And that's why I started off with my introduction that some people just, you know what I mean, they just want their cake and eat it too. They want to complain about why is this person this and why is this person that, and they never think to question themselves of like, why did I treat this person this? What led this person to behave that way? You feel me? Why will a person wake up in the morning and do such a thing? Let's look into the community. Let's look into the family and everything else like that. You feel me? Let's see the real reason why that person is acting the way they're acting. Once you can't just hold that individual accountable. You gotta hold other people accountable too. Once you hold other people accountable for their action that led to everything else, guess what? When people see these things and they see these so-called red flags, they are more likely to report it than hoping and wishing that something bad happens. You feel me? You can't just hold that individual. People have to be held accountable that push that individual to act in that form of matter. It's very, very important. You feel me? I just believe it is. It's very important. We just can't be hypocrites in how we approach certain situations. We can't always penalize. We can't always penalize the person that's seen in the act of it and the person that drew the act. Like, you feel me? It's like it's like a basketball analogy I could use. If a person, like, let's just say one person, look at this nigga. As the basketball analogy that I can use is, if somebody was to foul you, like they reached in, they fouled you, they got the ball, you did the same thing too, and the ref seen you later on. No, it'd be like, yo, stop. Both of you get a technical foul. Fuck that. Not even a reach in. I'm talking about something that's like dramatic where the person pushed you intentionally, then you retaliated and you push that person too. Why is one person being held accountable and both of them are equally should be held accountable for the action that they both took? You feel me? And that's the problem. We always hold one person accountable and the other person goes on and keep doing the same thing over and over. And that's what the problem. The problem will never be solved if we bias on how we judge things. Feel me? Because now the discussion is right now. It's like they're basically saying, look, this is. I didn't know there was a train all the way down there, or was it a truck with the same sound as a train? Anyway, the discussion right now after the shooting and everything else is like, oh, they are talking about randomly arresting people, even if the act hasn't happened yet, because you see red flags. I'm like, that's dangerous. You feel me? Because I'm African American. I know for a fact we get stopped just for breathing wrong. Like, a cop can stop me right now because I'm walking on the sidewalk and because I made somebody feel nervous. He is walking out here by himself. I feel like he's up to no good. You feel me? Now they talking about just arresting people just for red flag purposes. If somebody's acting suspicious and you feel like they're going to cause a mass shooting, you have the right to call the cops and report them. That's dangerous. Like, that's the whole Becky thing in Central Park. That was the whole Becky thing in when the kid was selling water. He don't have a license to be selling water. The kid is 10 years old. Come on now. Like, you feel me? Like, it's crazy. Like, instead of just seeing like, yo, we gotta fix our behavior. How do we treat these people? We gotta dive deep down into it. But it's like, no, let's just pass another law where minorities are going to be the one that's going to be the butt of the jokes. Because they never refuse to take accountability for what's really going on. I mean, let's just take a look at for what it is. You feel me? Let's look at the actual facts. Most of the mass shooting that happened is not done by minorities. And that's just a fact of the matter. If you take a look at the Boston bomb and shit, that was a terrorist attack too. So I'm not just saying that it's just white people that do it, but most of it, yeah, there's some crazy white boys out there. Cuckoo. You know what I mean? Cuckoo. But the Boston thing that happened happened by Arab descent. You dig? So I'm not saying that most of the mass killing that goes on is by just one group of people. But I'm just saying, let's look at the situation. We got to dive deep into it so we can get a better result about what is really going on. You feel me? We can't just, it's crazy because I take a look at my own situation and they pass such a law, they're going to make mad calls about me. They'll be like, yo, well, he talked to himself. He be talking to himself on the phone. I can record all I want. You know what I mean? I can record on my phone and put it onto YouTube, but a person can literally call the cops and tell them that there's a man going crazy talking on his phone and he's yelling into his phone. So guess what? We have the right to call upon this person because we feel unsafe and he said he's going to kill us. Did you do anything? They're not gonna ask them that. Do you know this individual? They're gonna say no. They're gonna lie up their ass because they're being anointed to lie. You feel me? These people are anointed to be a hater. It's their job to hate. So imagine a person who don't like somebody and start like the people who don't like me and start calling these authorities so I can get arrested or some bullshit. And it's already been happening. Feel me with the whole Fed shit, and they calling the Fed so they can check your finance and everything else. So imagine passing a law like that about some damn red flags. These niggas like that shit is dangerous. People will organize just to take their enemies down. Seriously, they will intoxicate people and just have them locked away somewhere else and be like, "Well, he had a gun." People will become paranoid and they become a Zimmerman and start acting like they're their own police now. Because they want to put they was like we should empower. That's the word I think I heard. They said we should empower our neighbors. We should empower them so they can use so that we can put the authorities in their hands so they can use those forces to call these people out. I'm like, whoa, that's dangerous. You feel me? From my experience, that's very, very dangerous because we know a group of people coming together is not a good thing at all. Fuck what you heard. It's what you hear and listen. You feel me? It's people coming together. If it's not based on any righteous purpose, it's always going to be devastating. Always. Because I have to tell the truth. The truth of the matter is, man, look, man, people don't even come together unless there's a travesty, unless there's a disaster or murder or something bad has to happen for people to come together. But people to come together, people just don't come together. There has to be a cause for them to come together. Like they just don't come together just for the will of doing good. Like, hey, no, it's been like that for a very long time. People come together to raise the fundraising for cancer. They come together for earthquake. It has to be some form of tragedy that happens. That's the only way these people come together. Ain't nobody gonna come together for nothing good. They say we coming together in the name of good, but it has to be something bad that happens first. Just like policies. A policy cannot be passed unless something tragedy happens. And they've got that shit down packed. So every chance that they get, every time the liberals are in office, I'm still going the liberal route. Yeah, every time the liberals are in office, guess what? Some tragedy happened and they just come with a whole new policy or law is passed. You feel me? Because according to them, there has to be a reason why they passing these things. It's like we can't just pass a law, which is just, it makes sense to pass it, but it's like, what is the cost calling it for? You feel me? Just like the hate crime bill that was recently tried, they're recently trying to pass that. There has to be a few Asian hate crimes. I said that shit hasn't been happening for a long time. You feel me? Just to pass that, it has to be something that's reoccurring. So they can use that they only do that so they can use these what do you call it? These incidents as a pinpoint to the reason why they passed this law. You feel me? Just like the road and way, whatever, for the abortion rights and everything else like that. They only use these things as a pinpoint just to justify it, knowing that it's damn wrong. But they'll be like, no, we need to justify this act. We need something tragedy to happen for us to do this. You feel me? It's not right, bro. We need to do better. Because this is just a method that they're going to keep using over and over and over. Over and over. They will be the people that cause the problem and they hand you a solution. And that's what's actually going on, to tell the truth. Feel me? That's what has been going on. Look at the garbage truck follow me all the way. No, there ain't no damn garbage around here. This nigga want to follow you all the way out here. There's no garbage to pick up out here. Look at this nigga. Put this man on camera and shit. Knowing damn well he don't belong out here. You know he don't belong out here. You know he don't belong out here. feel me? It's always the same case over and over and over and over and over. I know for a fact it's the end of the month coming up. This is when our time get renewed. In the beginning of a new month, I think it's always in my car. In the beginning of a new month, this is when our time get renewed. So they always try to step up the pressure so you can find it within yourself to stop coming in. So they do this more often than others. Throughout my 6 years tennis in this company, this is how I know that these people are stalking me. They've been stepping up the hate lately. You feel me? They always do this. Always. It's so crazy. I know what's gonna happen in the next 2 months. Like I know. Like I already know what's gonna happen already. But this is the first time ever I seen this phone with this can. Usually it's this kind right here. He knows this shit don't belong on this side. Feel me? But it's all good though. Cause you don't let that shit discourage us. We keep going. Just keep going. Feel me? Anyway, what was I talking about? Anyway, we just gotta hold each other accountable. That's all. We don't need a law that passes us that says that these people. Let's put the community in charge and who's going to be the who's going to be the leader and everything else like that. Who's gonna make the sound decisions? You feel me? I see why they was trying to defund the police and everything else because they want to put it in the community's hand, and there are only a few people who. It's almost like a mafia state kind of thing, where a few families will control everything else. That's dangerous. That's very, very dangerous. All you need is somebody to just gain some kind of confidence and just take matters into their own hands. It actually makes the situation worse. It does. Trust me on that. They don't have enough data to even pass these kind of laws. Because I could just tell y'all what's going to happen if ever such a law was passed. Anyway, I started off with the Bitcoin. I don't believe in Bitcoin, to tell the truth. Although it's necessary that that we should find another alternative. I'm not sure if Bitcoin is the answer, because it's like we already have something of a Bitcoin, which is Visa. Feel me? And MasterCard and all these cards that we're using. Those don't even cost. Those are digital currency. It doesn't even cost that much to use these things. It really doesn't. It's just plastic and everything is digitally transferred. If you want to start using cash and everything else, so to tell the truth, Bitcoin is not needed because we already have these. What would you call something? What would you call something like a Visa and a Mastercard and all these other cards? Discovery and American Express. All these things are digital. You feel me? You can digitally use them online and swipe them if you want to. So it's not needed. Bitcoin is not needed in that aspect because they do have Bitcoin. If Bitcoin was to go into effect right now, you have the same system in place that we already have already. You have Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin coins and Bitcoin gold. Like it's going to be the same thing. It will cost us more to create and try to hold on to Bitcoin than the Bitcoin is actually worth. The value is very low. You feel me? When you take a look at the 25 cents, 50, do they even have 50 cents? No, 25 cents, 10 cents, and penny. Like, these are metals that's being used, and it's worth more to print these things and to put them out into the public than what its actual worth is. It's just a fact. Then you have the $100 bills. The paper itself is worth more than the bill itself, the amount that is written on the bill. Plus, you have all these digital things, so it doesn't get counterfeits and everything else like that. You got the blue cheese, what they call the $100 bill with the new $100 bills. Like all this shit, the money's not worth what it is. It's just not. So it's like when you take it from that point of view, Visa and MasterCard and the rest of them are the answer already. It's already been proven. It's just that it's like, how about if somebody want cash? Like, you feel me? Are we gonna be using plastic forever? It's just things that we gotta answer. But creating another digital, I just don't believe in Bitcoin. So when he said it's going to be outlawed, I'm like, yeah, that's how I feel. It's like there's no purpose for it. But then you always need a competition just so the other guy can act right. People who don't have no competition always seem to be more like a monopoly, almost communist. They seem to not respect anything else because they feel there's no challenge. But whenever there's competition, there's almost respect. The respect factor, because you know if I don't treat you right, that's why they say the customer always is right. Because if I don't treat you right, you know the customer will go to another competitor. So I can understand the Bitcoin being there so there can always be competition purpose, which competition is always good. Healthy competition is always good. Let me just add that. You know what I mean? But if there's no competition on the block and there ain't no new kids challenging, then one person is always gonna feel bigger. You're like, yeah, I'm that nigga. Like, start, you feel me? Start being outrageous and obnoxious with their power and very, very careless. But once you have form of competition, that's how wives act right. Whenever there's a pretty bitch on the block, your bitch will act right. You feel me? Because she knows she got competition, so she knows and man, I gotta go home. You feel me? Because you know your husband is gonna be paying attention to that new booty on the block. So whenever there's competition, it's always healthy. So Bitcoin, yeah, there's a lot of Bitcoins out there, or cryptocurrency. That's what they call them. Now Bitcoin is part of a cryptocurrency, but we'll see. I feel like Visa and MasterCard and all those other cards are cryptocurrency in its own natural right, if they want to be. If you want to invest, I feel like you should invest in those. Invest in Visa, invest in MasterCard, invest in those. But Bitcoin is cool, man. I'm not even gonna hate on it. It's almost 60. It's 60,000 the last time I checked. So it's doing something, but it's not the first time Bitcoin has been up and it crashed. I mean, this is the highest it's ever been, but it is what it is. I know I mixed like two topics together. That's what I do. I mix it up. I mixed up already. Act naughty, beat it. Yeah, but then in the game, man, you just gotta be careful. Feel me? If you take a look at my situation, they would definitely call the cops on me. There's a man crossing the street right now with the iPhone in his hand. We think he's crazy, feel? Like, you gotta be careful of these things, man. You feel me? Don't be passing no stupid law like that. Let's hold people accountable for what's going on. I have two topics within it. I don't know what to call it. Feel me? We just gotta be careful. Feel me? 'Cause I know they've already made reports about me already. They already did that already. I ain't gonna lie to you. I heard niggas even call so that my finance can be checked. They're like, well, how is he getting? I'm like, what the fuck? Who is you, nigga? I'm not a celebrity for y'all niggas to be asking for my finance to be checked. Like, who the fuck is this coward hiding to asking such questions? That niggas is crazy, B. You gotta check where? No, y'all niggas, if they check, y'all niggas owe me money. Go check. Fuck. Niggas is detrimental to their own damn self. Shit crazy, bro. I'm about to go in. I checked the time already. I know it's early. What's going on? Yeah, I'm about to go in. I mean, today I try to keep it light. There's already a lot of tragedy going on. I ain't want to go in and start talking controversy, and I ain't want to lie neither. So I just kept it light. We did cryptocurrency. The value of the money that you whole ass niggas be selling yourself for is not even worth nothing. It's just a facade. It's the image that's painted behind it that make it look good. To tell the truth, the hotel, the cars, the everything else that we buy with that money, we can never buy with that money because it's like, it's not. This is in conclusion. although I'm not in conclusion, I'm just making a closing statement. So everything that we own, the building I'm about to enter in right now, there's no amount of money that can, like, you feel me, it costs too much. But it's not the money that pays for it, it's the value that's placed upon it. You feel me? It's more like what is it is the productivity of it. Is what is the building worth? Is the function of the building. What is the building creating? Now, I mean, it's creating productivity. It's creating. It's like it's giving out goods in service of others. You feel me? And I wasn't stuttering. I just wanted to put it in that form, just in case you niggas get too excited. You know what I mean? I give you a tissue to wipe yourself. You know what I mean? It's just a different level of talking out here. Y'all niggas just not ready for it. And we don't need no sunglasses. You feel me? We're more than capable of, dealing with you. I mean, it's just the truth, man. Don't be mad at it. You feel me? Don't just calm down. You know what I mean? Just take it in. You know what I mean? Slowly take it in. It's like hot water sometimes. You just gotta drink it, sip by sip. You feel me? I know the truth hurts sometimes. You feel me? So it is what it is, man. Like I said in the closing statement, man. In the closing statement, it's like, you just gotta understand what the value that is placed upon these products is not what the money is buying itself. It's okay to get the money and everything else you want, but eventually it's not going to be worth what you think it's worth anymore. Because the money's not really worth nothing. It's just the energy that we put behind it that makes it what it is. If we dive down deep down into it, you feel me? I don't want you niggas selling your soul for something that is not even worth selling your soul for. Feel me? I'm not working for the money itself. It's just to be productive. It's the learning course, experience. Feel me? It's seeing it through, gaining knowledge and be like, okay, gaining the knowledge and be like, this is what I did in my experience for this amount of years. You can have it. Gaining the knowledge and seeing that this nigga is cold as fuck. He out here with short sleeve on, knowing. Knowing. You gonna get your ass home, nigga. Try to sit at a spot where I don't even go no more. Anyway, I keep getting off course with my topic. Just don't sell your soul, bro. You feel me? Stand up for what's right. And that's it. You feel me?